Okay. Hi, Sarah.
Hi,
Hi, it's good to see you today.
you too.
And tell me, where should we begin today?
Well, I've just been really having a hard week this week.
A hard week.
Yeah, I lost my job.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and you know about my financial situation. I was
Yeah.
already pretty tight on money, so I really don't know what I'm gonna do, and I feel super overwhelmed and upset about it. Like
Mhm.
probably the most stressed I've been in a long time.
Wow. And I know you were stressed before about money and to lose your job now.
Right.
Oh, that's a big loss.
It is, yeah. And I just feel like nothing ever really works out for me. And I'm just getting sick of how everything just always crumbles.
Mm. It's feeling like this just always happens. Here's
Yeah,
just
I
one more.
really, I really just can't seem to win. I just got that job and I was working really hard at it.
Yep.
And then they just laid off all the new people.
And so because you were one of the new people, even though you were working hard and you were excited about it, it
I was excited. I showed up for all of my shifts and in the past I would get kind of lazy and skip my work, but I was going all the time. And if I can't show up all the time and have it work out for me, I don't even know what to do.
hmm.
I'm just really upset about it. And sometimes I feel like, why even try?
Why even keep trying? You've felt similar to this before, and now here you are again. Why bother?
Yeah, in the past I thought I should just end it. I should end my life. I was so upset when, I had that big fight with my best friend that we talked about, and I thought that was just it. And I had a plan and I was ready to just kill myself. And I'm starting to get some of those feelings again. Like, why do I even keep working so hard?
Mhm. So being back in this place of I'm working so hard and nothing's working out also has you back into thinking why try, and why try for you right now means why live.
Yeah. I just feel like it works out for everybody else. And I just have time and time again where work doesn't work out, friends don't work out, my parents suck, and I just never get to have things work out. And so I just feel like maybe it would be better just to not be around anymore. It would be a
Mhm.
lot easier.
You're feeling really hopeless right now. I can
Yeah,
feel it. Yeah.
I am. But then, I kind of feel like I did get this job and maybe I could get another one. So I think about just dying and that would be easier, but then maybe not.
Mm. And in that, I'm hearing some of that ambivalence of, man, it'd be so much easier to just end this, just quit trying, because when I try, nothing works.
Mm.
But there's a part of you that I'm hearing that's saying, well, hold on, I did get this job. Maybe I could get another job. Maybe something could work in the future.
Yeah, I do think that sometimes, and then I get kind of overwhelmed and I go back to, no, it would just be easier not to be here. But
Mhm.
yeah, kind
So
of confused.
yeah, I can hear that. And this sounds like a really hard place to be.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good. Haven't been sleeping. I've been up every night since I lost my job a couple days ago. And
Mhm.
I think I've slept maybe 5 hours in the last 3 or 4 days.
Oh, wow.
And I just have, I don't know, just been watching TV and looking at my phone, and my phone's probably going to get shut off soon anyway. So I might as well keep looking at it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Mhm. So you're not sleeping. Really, it sounds like kind of thoughts are spiraling a bit. Can you tell me more about what kind of thoughts you're having when it comes to maybe I should end this?
Yeah, right now I just kind of feel like, wouldn't it be a relief? I wouldn't have to pay for bills, I wouldn't have to worry about going to work and then having it not work out. It would just kind of be a relief, is sort of what I'm thinking about it. In
A
the
relief,
past,
from the stress, from the
Yeah.
overwhelm?
Yeah, from everything just like totally not working out and I'm like more than overwhelmed. I feel like I can't even get upset about it anymore because I've cried about it for days now, and I just am like over it. And it would be easier just to not be here.
So the thought is it would just be a relief. It would be so much easier. It's so beyond hard right now that I can't even function.
Yeah,
I can't sleep, but I also can't function in other ways. Am I hearing that right?
right. I mean, I haven't really eaten. I've just had a lot of coffee, and I don't know. It's like hard to get up and do stuff, and it's hard to keep my house looking okay because I don't know. It's like I just feel really low right now.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that I'm really hearing you and really understanding how low is. So I'm wondering if we could imagine a scale of, let's say that one is, man, I am so low that yeah, I'm having these thoughts and I'm going to act on these thoughts. And let's say 10 is, even though I'm having the thoughts, I have every bit of confidence that I won't act on these thoughts.
Mm.
Where would you put yourself on that scale in right in this moment?
I feel like maybe a 4.
A four? What does a four mean to you?
I really am having the thoughts. Right now, I don't know. I can't really picture myself actually killing myself, which I did in the past. In the past, I had everything ready and I was ready to do it. And right now, I just feel like it'd be easier, it'd be better, maybe, but I don't know if I would actually do it right now because there are some things that maybe make me feel like I shouldn't do it.
And what are those things?
Well, I am kind of close with my one friend, and she always checks in with me and we talk a lot. And so I feel like and she's having a hard time in her life, so I kind of feel like if I wasn't here, then I don't know what she would be doing. So that's one thing. I want to be around for her 'cause she's kind of like my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear that it matters to you to be there and support her.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
probably the biggest one, and my cat.
And your cat. Yeah. I know you love your cat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sarah, you mentioned that today you're a four, but that these past few days have been really hard. Can you tell me, when you think about these past few days, where would you put yourself on that scale? Maybe at your worst, at your lowest point in these last 3 days?
I feel like at my worst, I was maybe a 2.
A two.
Like you said a 1 would be like I really, really was going to do it. And I was really thinking about it, but I just, there was always like a little piece of me that felt like maybe I wasn't going to follow through right now.
Right now.
Yeah, on that day. And then that was maybe like 3 days ago when it happened, when I lost my job. And then now I'm feeling a little bit more like, well, my friend does need me and maybe I could find another job. But I don't feel too hopeful about it.
Mhm.
But
But there's that little bit of you. You're not feeling very hopeful, but we've heard from that little bit of you that maybe there's some part of you that has a little bit of hope for that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's right.
And Sarah, you mentioned that in the past you have had things set up to kill
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
What did you have set up in the past?
In the past, I had taken a family member's prescriptions, and they didn't know had them, and I took them all home, and I thought definitely if I took all of them that I would die is what I felt like. So I had that. I
Do you
don't
remember, Sarah, sorry to interrupt you, but do you remember what the prescription was? What the
know.
pills
No, you know what? I just went into their medicine cabinet and I just grabbed as many things as I could, and I felt like
were?
that would probably do it.
Mhm. So you got enough that you thought, if I take all of these, this is definitely going to do it. This is
Mhm.
definitely going to end my life.
Yeah, I didn't really research or anything. I just was like, I know people overdose, so I'll just take a lot of these things.
Hmm. And did you take them?
I took some, but then I got a little nervous and I tried to make myself throw up, which I did. But I didn't take as many as I thought that I probably needed to. So yeah, I was at that time I did take them.
Hmm. What happened after you made yourself throw up?
I felt really scared about well, mostly like my cat. Mostly I was thinking about like the cat in my house, and I don't know who was going to take care of the cat, and would the cat just like, what would it do to me? You know, you read stories about that. So
Hmm.
that was, I got nervous mostly. And so I tried to throw up. I probably did actually get some in my system, but I don't really know. I didn't feel it.
Hmm. And so you took some. What's some of the
I
pills?
think I took like 10 pills of something.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think I didn't have any, I didn't feel bad after. So I think I must have thrown them up.
Hmm. And so you took them, but then you thought, what about the cat? What's going to happen to me? You made yourself throw up, and then what happened? Did anybody find you? Did you call anybody? What happened next?
Yeah, I did text my friend and I told her, and then I said I just took some of these pills that she knew that I had stolen them. So but she tried to tell me not to take them, but
Mhm.
told her that I took them, and then she decided she would come over. And so that night we just hung out and, watched movies. And she didn't really make me talk about it or anything. She was kind of scared,
Mm.
I think. And I think that she's worried about me because I have been texting her the last couple of days, and she asked me some questions like you're asking me, like, do you still have those pills? Which, I get it. She's nervous.
Mm.
So
Mm. She's nervous. Sounds like she cares what happens to you.
yeah, we're kind of like each other's family. So
Yeah. You've mentioned that a couple of times. That's an important relationship for you.
yeah, yeah, she always pulls through for me, and she checks on me and helps me out.
Hmm.
She actually gave me like $100 after I lost my job, so
Wow.
um, that I could get some food, and pay for the electric was due, and so I could meet with you, really.
Hmm. Wow. That sounds like a really good friend.
Hmm.
Hmm. And so, Sarah, just wanting to make sure that that I'm fully understanding, how safe you are now. Because while it is very normal for us to have thoughts of suicide, it's also something we have to take very seriously. Because sometimes when those thoughts evolve into plans or actions, they can become quite dangerous for us. So I want to check with you in today's circumstance. Have you made any kind of plans for how you would kill yourself if you were to do that right now?
Yeah, not right now. I don't think. I mean, I don't have those pills anymore, and I can't really imagine myself. Some people shoot themselves or hang themselves. I don't think I could really do that.
Mhm.
So I don't really know any other way. So no, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna do it right now.
Not right now. When you say that, is there something in your mind that would change that would make it more likely that you would make a plan or take action?
I think that if I keep trying to get a new job, well, I haven't even started, but whenever I get started trying to find a new job, if it just doesn't work out, I am worried about that and how I'll feel, because the stress of paying for stuff and, um,
Mhm.
taking care of my cat and paying for food and all that sort of stuff. I think I'd be a little worried then, because you know how I get a little get worked up, and then I have a lot of thoughts, and I have a hard time thinking through them, and then I just sometimes sit around and I don't look for jobs. I don't know. I'm just worried if I don't get a job, um, that I might have those thoughts, but I do probably have to give it some effort before I say that.
Mhm. Okay. Well, that also lets me know that that's something that you and I can be kind of monitoring. That at least today, what it feels like is, man, if I try to get a job and it really doesn't work out, then that might be a really red flag for me. That that
Mhm.
might be kind of a danger of becoming more actively suicidal. And so that sounds important to me that we really monitor how you're feeling as you're looking for a new job and depending on how that works out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. What I'm also noticing, Sarah, that I want to point out to you is your self-awareness. I'm really hearing you being able to identify, yeah, when I feel like this, then this is where my thoughts go. And I also know that um, I can get overwhelmed. When I get overwhelmed, my thoughts change. And that's a really important skill that you have that we're gonna keep utilizing that as we monitor this and keep working on keeping you safe.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. I mean, thanks for that. I can feel it, and I can feel when I'm different, but sometimes I just have a hard time working through it, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. The other thing that I'm thinking of, and I want to see what you think about this, what can be very helpful is you and I kind of co-creating a plan for how we can best support you, a plan for how we can best keep that awareness on your safety. And this isn't a contract. That's not what we're talking about. But what can be very helpful is if you and I create a plan that can be right there that you can follow. And the way I like to create these plans is to first identify, what are the signs that I might not be doing okay? And when we say not doing okay, we're talking that I might be becoming more suicidal, um, leading to more actively suicidal. So that first part of the plan, what I'd like us to think about are what are the things you know about yourself that say, warning, I'm not okay. That might be, I'm hearing myself think I should just end it. That might be, I'm not sleeping for 3 days. That might be, I'm not going to get off the couch, or if I have a job, I'm not going to go. So that's going to be the first part of our plan. The next part of our plan is going to be when I notice those things, what are the coping skills and the resources that I have that I know time to use those?
Mhm.
And that might be, I'm going to call my friend and let her know I'm not feeling okay. That might be, I'm going to snuggle up with my cat very intentionally and, kind of use that snuggle time to do some grounding and, some gratitude for your cat. For some people, listening to music, going for a walk. So we'll build that into the next part of the plan. The next part after that we'll do is going to be, all right, I've noticed the warning signs, I've utilized my coping skills and my resources, and they're not working. I am still feeling suicidal, and I still don't feel okay. I don't feel safe from killing myself. That's when we're going to add in kind of a higher level of outreach. So we're really lucky here in our town that we have a mobile crisis line where we can call and somebody local we can talk to. And if we need to, if the talking doesn't help, they can send somebody to us. And
Yeah,
so
I've
we'll
used
put,
that before.
you've used that before.
Mm.
Great. Yeah. And so we'll want to put that number right there. We might also, keep your friend there. Maybe it's not just a phone call, but maybe its friend needs to come over
Mhm.
and be with you so you're not alone. We'll think about other people as well. I might be one of the people that you put right there calling, and either we get an appointment, or if we need to talk, more imminently than an appointment, then we do a phone check-in. And then at the final level, it's either I can't call those people, I'm not able to function enough to call those people, or I called them and I'm still not okay, then that's where we put in 911. That's where we put in if you can get yourself to an emergency room, but we put in that highest level of care. So I'd like us to, to kind of, after we're done talking about this, we can move into building that together. It's really important that we build it together because it's going to be your plan. Whether I'm going to use it and I've got the coping skills that I like, that's neither here nor there. We want it to be likely for you to use. So we'll do that together. But do you have any questions about doing that or concerns about creating that together?
No, it makes sense and sounds like it would be helpful.
Okay, great. I appreciate you being willing to do that. Yeah. Before we shift over into that, I just want to check in with that part of you that we've noted a couple of times that's saying, I've got a little bit of hope, or I at least am not fully on board killing myself. And I wonder what that part would want you, or want the other parts of you who are feeling like, forget it, I give up, I'm ready to die. What would that part want the parts of you who want to end your life to know right now?
I think that I could try a little bit harder. I think my more hopeful side would say, before you give up, give it another try. Because there have been times where I've given it another try and it's worked out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd like to just try to make some of those thoughts be a little quieter in my head so that I could give myself a little bit more of a chance to. I think if I found a job, that would be a good starting point, because then, some of my finances wouldn't be as stressful and I wouldn't have to be worried about taking care of myself or my cat. So I think before I just totally give up, I want to tell that part of me to give it another try.
That sounds like a really meaningful message from that part of you. Give it another try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm realizing after saying it out loud.
How does it feel to say it out loud and to hear yourself say it out loud?
Sometimes when I say it out loud, I feel like it's not as bad as I make it seem. When I was telling you how my friend gave me money and that she's always there to help me, I remember that, not everything is the worst.
So that's really powerful to say it and to hear it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, I really appreciate you being willing to be open and honest, and know that this is a really hard time, and we want to take this really seriously and support you through it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to pause here and we'll end our recording here. If we were in session, we might work on that safety plan together, but for this role play, we're going to pause it here. So thank you, Sarah.